Let's talk about loans for a second home. If a person who already owns a home wants to buy a second residence, will it be the same type of loan? And what should second home buyers expect when looking to obtain a loan?
So second home loans, basically the same as a primary residence loan. I will say that conventional financing is pretty much the only option for second homes and investment property. You can't do FHA financing unless it's primary residence. Same for USDA, VA, unless you're buying, there's some exceptions, but very, very few exceptions to this. So you need to be eligible for conventional financing for a second home or an investment property. The second home conventional loan is almost exactly the same as the primary residence. The interest rates are the same. The eligibility criteria is all the same. The only difference is the minimum down payment is 10% on a second home instead of the 5% that we talked about earlier for the primary residence. So you need to have a little bit more money available up front to buy a second home. You can have more than one second home, by the way, though. So typically they're going to underwrite that a little more closely to make sure it's not going to be an investment property. But let's say you're the type of person that needs a home in New York and one in Texas and one in LA. You could technically have 3 homes. One is primary residence and both of the others are your second homes, but there would need to be some explanation. It would either need to be in a resort or vacation area, or it would need to be you would need to have some explanation for why you need a second home in 2 different spots.
Thank you for explaining. Oh, and by the way, are there loan conditions specific to second home buyers?
So that they have to be at least 100 miles away from your primary residence, typically speaking. There are exceptions, like for example, you could have a primary residence in Dallas and then you could have a second home on Lake Louisville because it's considered a resort area. And those are not necessarily 100 miles apart, but if it's in a resort area, I can usually make a case for it as a second home.
Good to know, good to know. Thank you for clarifying that. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Oleg Sedletsky, your Dallas area realtor. This video is part of my conversation with local loan originator Wrayanne Williams. You can find the link to the full video in the description below.